Hello fashion futurists, we are back again with another episode of this series. Paris has a habit of making you look at what people are wearing, but I was a little more interested in why they were wearing it. So today we're asking about favorite vintage pieces, vintage treasures, style icons, shopping habits, and inevitably life. Make sure you like and subscribe to this channel, and also don't forget to click on the notification bell or you might miss out. Today we're back on the streets of Paris, but this time I wanted to do something a little different. Instead of only asking people what they're wearing, I wanted to understand the stories behind the style. I ended up meeting people from all over the world, stylists, photographers, creatives, and vintage lovers, each with a completely different perspective on fashion. So let's see who we met.
Hi, Not So Blonde. My name is Daska Young. I'm a fashion stylist from Berlin, and I'm here today to tell you what I'm wearing.
Absolutely.
So I'm wearing a top by one of my favorite brands. It's called Paloma Wool.
Yeah.
I just love them, and from the beginning on, to be honest. Then I was actually in Thailand, and it's from Bangkok, the skirt. I love the details, the sequins, and this is called Loft Eye Studio. Loft Eye Studio is amazing in Bangkok. Please guys go. It's a multi-concept store. Just brands from Thailand, Japan, China, creme de la creme, guys. And shoes, Bimba Ilola, they're friends of mine. I love you guys. They're always seating me when it's fashion week. And you know, guys, fashion week, we need comfy shoes. I love high heels, but it's so hot, guys. And actually, as you know, darling, I was biking today. So this is my Lime bike outfit.
Which is a pretty cool outfit. And what about your sunglasses?
My sunglasses, actually, they are archive piece, because as a stylist, you have plenty of archive stuff. So actually, it's a no-name brand. But, you know, to make it more fancy, stylists love to say archive pieces.
Yeah.
This is actually a friend from Berlin, Bella Burkhardt. She's a jewelry designer. In Berlin, we have many upcoming designer, which is amazing. You should check out the Berlin market. Ring from Bimba Ilola as well.
Oh, yeah.
Super nice. Here you see the name. And this is from a vintage market in Berlin, in Neukölln. It's every Sunday. There's also amazing jewelry, guys, to be honest. I love just, you know, hanging it together, as you can tell. I'm a mix and match girl since ever. Also for my job as a stylist. You know how we grow and roll. And yeah, here we go. Very spontaneous stuff, but without jewelry and accessories, I couldn't live.
Do you also wear golden jewelry, or is it always silver?
To be honest, silver and gold is also nice, but I have the feeling at the moment I'm more the silver girl. But sometimes mix and match gold is nice, but not just gold.
And how would you describe your style?
As we said, mix and match. I mean, of course, I like in Paris a bit haute couture, a bit elegant, but as I'm a girl from Berlin, love streetwear, urban, I like to mix and match it between street, comfy, oversized, and also elegant pieces, you know, a bit like direction of Otto Linger, for example.
And maybe do you have a person that inspires you in your style?
I know it sounds cheesy, guys, but it's so true. It is my mom. She was running a vintage shop for many years. I also had a vintage shop also. It was called Vintage Parrot. That's how I started as a stylist, actually. So thank you, Mom. Here we go.
Does she have a similar style than you?
No, I would say she was more classy, more like, you know, in the 90s area, Armani, Calvin Klein, very simple, beige of white, black. Nowadays, she's 75 now. She just wear black. Guys, come on, it's timeless and it always works. I like a bit more color sometimes, you know. So it's for me more like also here today with silver and stuff.
And did she give you some pieces from her wardrobe?
Yes, of course she did. So for example, she gave me some Armani pieces, which I still have in my wardrobe, like blazers. They're timeless pieces. They always work. And a leather jacket, which is very fucked up. I love it, guys. You have also emotion for those kind of pieces. So that's why I will keep it forever and I will never sell it.
What's the most sentimental piece that you own in your wardrobe?
Wow, girl. I have a few, I have to say. Berlin are many beautiful young designers. I think there is one designer I really like, Haderlund. So I like to work with them. There's a long sleeve from them with cutout sleeves and a very special knitwear. And they're friends of mine. So you should check them out, Haderlund. And actually, general young designer pieces, upcoming designer, because I love to support them in Berlin.
Do you think you shop a lot per month?
I hope my boyfriend is not listening. I would say I have phases. For example, right now, as I'm in Paris, and it's also nice for spontaneous shopping, vintage shops. At the moment, I do, because it's also from my archive. So I use the pieces for the styling as well. But then I have phases, you know, that I'm more quiet. I have jobs, shootings, and I involve the pieces. So it's, you know, it's like a roller coaster.
Yeah. And sometimes it's quite an investment also.
It is investment, and I think all stylists agree with me. We need to do that. We should love shopping. We shouldn't hate it. It helps us. And sometimes, why not, when you see something you really like and on top you can involve into an editorial, that's amazing, and that's why I love to do it. I did 2 editorials here, by the way. One for 10 magazine and one for 1 magazine. That's why I also got some pieces here. Like, this is from a vintage shop in Marais, and I also involved it for my model.
What did you buy the most for this season?
I was, as I said, in Bangkok this season. I was there in February, and I bought a lot from Loft Eye Studio, where I also got the skirt from. They have amazing pieces, and there I got a few items I was already using for some shoots this season. Because Bangkok, you know, they're very good in trends, and I would say they're already a bit ahead of us, so that was perfect for inspiration.
And what's your zodiac sign, and do you believe in zodiac signs?
Oh yeah, okay guys. I have actually an element. I'm an Aries, firstborn in the circle, and as you maybe know, we have a lot of energy. We just go for stuff, and it helps me in my job. So fire, guys.
Maybe do you have a fashion advice to share?
Fashion advice for this season, my beautiful colleagues here, when it's Fashion Week, just come here, sit in a nice cafe in the Marais area, get inspired by the girls. Wear silver flats for sure this season, or as you, silver high heel. I like metallic at the moment. I like those transparent skirts because we have almost 40 degrees. And then I wear hot pants underneath because when you're on your Lime bike, you know, you feel more comfortable.
Totally.
And stretchy tops, they're perfect. Without a bra, I'm not wearing a bra right now, guys.
What is your favorite piece of your wardrobe and why?
One moto bicycle jacket, washed out brown from London. I bought actually because I lived many years in London.
Ah, for the job?
Yes, and I still have it in my wardrobe. Always when I wear it, doesn't matter if it's winter, summer, people ask me where it's from. And maybe you know what I mean when you wear something and people always ask you, you know it's a special piece. And I'm
timeless.
I'm called Daska Young.
Daska sees fashion a little differently. Whether it's a vintage market in Berlin, a concept store in Bangkok, or just walking around Paris, she's always on the lookout for new designers and fresh inspiration. What I love is that she generally gets excited about supporting small brands and emerging designers. For her, fashion isn't just about putting together a good outfit. It's about discovering the people and creativity behind the clothes.
What's up, Not So Blunt? My name is Atu Corudu. I'm originally from Highland, California, but currently stay in New York. And today I'm wearing tabbies on the feet. I got these Kyoto, Japan. I also got these pants from a brand called Soso, S-O-U in Japan. And then the top is this sheer zebra print. I got them in my grandmother's closet. I steal most of my clothes from my grandma. She's the flyest person that I know. I got the bag from Cartagena, Colombia. All the jewelry is collected from all over. Got this in Rio, got this in DC actually. The gem is from Peru, but the chain is from Nigeria. And then this one is also from Rio as well. The sunglasses, I thrifted these.
And what about your gold ring?
Thrifted, just thrifted. Nothing too crazy. I got this in Albania. Travel often, so I pick up most of my jewelry from where I go.
You travel often because of your work or because you just enjoy it?
You know, I used to solo travel ever since I graduated from high school. I used to travel all the time by myself, but more recently I've been traveling for work.
And what do you do?
I help run a venture capital firm. We invest into early stage startups, so a bit of investing, but I also am a stylist, so done a little bit of styling here and there as well. I've styled in DC, I've styled in New York. I've worked with brands like Jordan for their Jordan brand classics.
And how would you describe your style?
Eclectic. Just draw inspiration from a variety of different places, whether it's, you know, a country or different patterns, different silhouettes. I would say that's how I would describe my style.
And what is the most meaningful fashion pieces that you bought abroad?
Maybe these crosses, because this was right after I did the hike on Christ the Redeemer in Rio. I'm Christian, so when I went and visited Christ the Redeemer the first time, it was stunning, it was beautiful. There's a lot of people that go to Rio just to visit that. So I bought this cross not too far away from it. It was pretty meaningful for me. It's a huge statue and it's just gorgeous. So that's one of the more memorable pieces that I have. And I usually wear this stack of jewelry particularly on a day-to-day. So it's something that I carry with me. So that's a good question. So that's my answer.
Is your grandma into fashion?
My grandmother, I wouldn't say she's into fashion. She's just very fashionable. She's from Liberia and she also married a Nigerian man, which is my, grandfather. The part of the everyday style in these countries is you have a lot of patterns and you have really nice colors as well. And my grandmother would just wear it every day. She would wear these really amazing, beautiful clothes. And I really admired my grandmother growing up. So naturally, I wanted to be a little bit more like her. So when I was getting into fashion, I would go through her closet and I would go through the attic because there was just so much to look at. And that kind of helped shape my perspective on the industry and how I can incorporate my grandmother's pieces and our culture into my everyday streetwear.
And where do you like to usually shop? Online, in store?
I would say I usually shop in person, different stores that I come across, oftentimes spontaneously in different countries. Like these pants, for example, I got these in a random shop in Kyoto. It was tucked away in a corner. You couldn't really, I didn't know anything about this brand, and I don't think a lot of people do. They don't even have a storefront in Tokyo. They only have this in Kyoto and Osaka. So I like niche brands that are often hard to find. I think that's what I would consider a hidden gem. I often find a lot of clothes that I like in these types of stores, like vintage or just smaller brands in different countries.
Do you have a fashion piece that you bought and then just after you regret buying it?
Yeah, of course. I mean, when I first got into fashion, I really wanted to buy an entire wardrobe at once instead of building my way up. And then because I did that, there was a lot of things that I did not properly understand, like how it fit my body. There were certain like colorways that maybe didn't go as well with my skin tone or things that I just, I forced. I tried to make it work because I wanted to get into fashion like right away. I wanted to make it happen.
Yeah.
And I think that for anybody who wants to get into fashion, you should really take your time and be intentional about what you're getting and start off with the basics instead of trying to buy a bunch of pieces. And that's what I did when I first started. I bought like a bunch of crazy leather and exotic pieces that I didn't even have like regular clothes to complement it with. Early on, I bought too much and I didn't understand how to even put it together. I think one of the examples is like these leather pants that didn't even fit me. I just liked how they looked and I assumed that they did, but they didn't.
Yeah.
So I had to give it to my friend instead.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
At least someone is then happy to have it.
Yeah.
It's not you.
yeah, at least That's another thing. Make sure if it doesn't fit you, I'm sure it fits one of your friends. So give it to your friends. They probably will wear it better anyway. I'm a Leo. I don't know if I'm as knowledgeable about zodiac signs, but from what people have told me about what Leos are, I wouldn't say that they're wrong. I think they describe Leos as like passionate and big personalities and confident. I don't disagree with how people describe Leos per se. So I think that there's some truth to it.
If you have to save just only one item of your closet, what item would it be?
It would actually be this, because you could do so much with this. It's sheer, so it's very light. It's a zebra pattern. It's really nice. It has a great pattern. You could wear it with jeans. You can wear it with this. You could wear it with so many different things. You could wear it under a blazer. You could wear it in so many different ways in the summer, in the fall, layer it in the winter. So there's just so much you can do. And it's obviously a piece that's very meaningful to me because it comes from my grandmother. You caught me on a good day because this is a piece that I would keep forever if I could. My Instagram is TSEO3.
Almost everything he was wearing had a memory attached to it. His jewelry came from places like Peru, Nigeria, and Brazil. His trousers were from a tiny shop he stumbled across in Kyoto, and one of his favorite pieces actually came from his grandmother's wardrobe, the person who first inspired his love of fashion. What surprised me even more is that, alongside being a stylist, he also helps to run a venture capital firm. It was such an unexpected mix, but somehow it made perfect sense. I think that's what I took away from our conversation. The best wardrobes aren't built by buying everything at once, they're built over time, through the places you go, the people you meet, and the stories you collect.
Hello Noto Blonde, moi c'est Rita et aujourd'hui je porte une petite tenue full vintage, une robe commandée sur Vinted, un peu style Ed Hardy, la paire de bottes de ma meilleure amie que je lui ai piquée sans lui demander. Elle verra la vidéo, c'est des Miss 60, Vinted aussi. Mon sac c'est Jack & Jones que j'ai pris du marché de Port-de-Vence à 4 € seulement.
Ah oui,
Oui.
pas cher.
Et mes bijoux, j'ai une clouse et une petite bague que j'ai prise aussi d'un marché vers Saint-Michel.
Ah oui, t'aimes bien faire du coup les brocantes et marchés vintage?
J'adore les brocantes et j'ai même ma petite marque.
Ah oui?
Oui.
C'est quoi?
What If Dealers. Et on est en pop-up tout août, si jamais ça vous dit.
Et ton inspi pour aujourd'hui, c'était quoi?
En fait, c'était pour le festival We Love Green. Je cherchais tellement une petite tenue Ed Hardy. C'est ce que j'ai trouvé un peu comme style sur Vinted. C'est pas vraiment une Ed Hardy, mais c'est un peu le style Ed Hardy.
Et sinon, les autres jours, tu t'habilles comment?
C'est matin. Ça dépend de ce que je fais, où est-ce que je travaille. Ça sera soit une tenue assez simple, sobre, gros jean, t-shirt blanc et classique, petites sandales, petites ongles, ou un peu des styles un peu décalés, un peu différents tous les jours en fait, je dirais.
T'as une personne qui t'inspire dans ton style?
Il y a Bella Hadid, bien sûr. J'ai une Birkin, ma meilleure amie, ma maman. En vrai, j'aime bien m'inspirer de mon entourage et des amis qui s'habillent très très bien.
Et du coup, tu travailles dans la mode alors?
Oui, je suis assistante de styliste et je suis aussi salesperson pour des boutiques de vintage rue Turenne. Je suis Cancer, ascendant Bélier. Beau mélange, ça pleure beaucoup.
Est-ce que tu as une tendance mode que tu aimes bien en ce moment et une que tu aimes moins?
J'aime pas les tendances. Ça fait trop genre là, j'aime pas les tendances, mais je pense vraiment qu'il faut s'habiller comme on veut. Ne pas respecter des couleurs ou mélanger des couleurs, ça se fait pas. Ça, j'y crois pas du tout. Il y a pas de fashion faux pas, on met juste ce qu'on veut.
Des pièces que tu t'as achetées cette saison?
J'ai acheté une robe pour mon anniversaire, une pinko transparente. J'ai hâte de la mettre.
Tu l'avais achetée où?
Sur Vinted.
Et la pièce la plus incroyable que tu as dénichée sur Vinted, ce serait laquelle?
Une petite paire de Miu Miu, de gros talons verts. C'est ma pièce préférée que j'ai dénichée sur Vinted.
Peut-être des marques ou des adresses où tu aimes bien faire ton shopping?
Rue Turenne, j'aime bien le 132, 97. 101 rue Turenne. En fripe, j'aime bien les sales voleurs. Je peux toujours trouver des pépites et c'est vraiment pas cher. Et si c'est des basiques, bah un peu Zara. Leurs débardeurs, leurs t-shirts, je trouve qu'ils les font très très bien. Et en jean, généralement, c'est Weekday. Parce que j'ai du mal à trouver des jeans en vintage.
Oui, c'est vrai, c'est pas évident en fait.
Oui, c'est très très dur. C'est très très dur.
La plus belle pièce de ton dressing, ce serait laquelle?
J'ai acheté mon sac Miu Miu de chez Aimé. Je l'ai acheté aussi cette saison. C'est ma plus belle pièce, c'est celle que j'ai portée le plus. C'est Rita El Basbas et c'est dur à écrire.
Rita's entire outfit was vintage, but what really stood out to me was the way she thinks about fashion. She told me she doesn't really believe in fashion rules. Trends come and go, and she would rather wear something she genuinely loves than whatever happens to be popular that season. That's what stayed with me after our conversation. Don't let trends decide what's in your wardrobe. Build it around pieces you truly love, because confidence will always last longer than whatever is in fashion this season.
Hi, Not So Blunt. My name is Oda. I'm wearing a weekday vest, this necklace that I got on Vinted. I've got a vintage Versace bag that I got from the Second Life Market in London. This skirt I also got from Vinted. This I bought on holiday. The shoes are from a little shoe shop in Milan. My sunnies are also from Second Life Market and they're vintage Chanel. The silver ones on this hand are my mom's old rings that she gave me. This is also from Vinted, and this I actually bought at a market here in Paris. Today, I would say this is very classic me because I'm just wearing black and white, and that is what I usually wear every day. Yes, quite monochrome, quite practical and simple, but I try to have always like some sort of interesting detail or jewelry or something a bit sassy as an extra texture.
Do you get dressed differently the other days?
Usually I wear black. But I think I wear quite a lot of different fabrics. I like to wear a lot of leather and kind of mixing it in with sort of different transparent things and layering. So I try to kind of bring in some interest without too much color, I guess.
And why do you usually wear black? Is it a specific reason?
I think I tried for a while to get into color, but then I realized it's not really for me. I just love wearing black. I feel like it suits me. It feels quite practical in a way. I work as a photographer, so I'm a lot running around. A lot of the time I'm like out on location, climbing on things, on the floor and things. So I kind of like to wear stuff that I don't have to worry so much about kind of getting dirty. It's a bit of that kind of uniform, I guess, that a lot of people in fashion have, where you have a lot of elevated basics that you can combine and put it all together, and you can kind of pick things up and wear them in a lot of different ways, and it all sort of matches, I guess. Then I like to have something a bit more fun, maybe on my nails, and my hair has a bit of a red tone, so I quite like to keep my outfit a little bit more monochrome.
Okay. And what kind of photography do you do?
I do fashion photography for brands and magazines. I usually shoot a little bit during Fashion Week as well. I'm quite inspired by Vivienne Cézanne, which is quite funny because she's actually very colourful. Her style is very colourful, but she plays a lot with very interesting shapes and using the human body almost as a bit of sort of a sculpture in a way. Like she does really, really interesting stuff. A bit of maybe an obvious one, but I quite like Jürgen Teller and how he's very tongue-in-cheek. He really plays around with stuff. He has fun with it.
And where do you usually like to shop?
I actually really like to shop here in Paris. It's funny that the only thing I'm really wearing from Paris today is a couple of rings. Yeah, because I feel like I have so many of the pieces in my wardrobe that I wear all the time that I bought here in Paris. I love going to the market in the Marais. Whenever I'm here on a weekend, I always go to that. I've got some really good stuff from there, like a really great coat. I've got some nice leather trousers. I feel like it's the pieces that I bought here that I always get complimented on. But I think in general, I really like to buy secondhand. In London, I go to Brick Lane, I go to the market, I shop on Vintage. Love shopping when I'm traveling. And it feels a little bit extra special, the stuff that you brought as well.
And what was the most amazing piece that you thrifted?
It must be some really good leather trousers that I bought here in Paris, actually. They're like quite loose, which is perfect because when I'm working, they're very comfortable. I can go on the floor. If it rains, they like stay dry because they're thick leather. And then they have all these studs all around. They sort of have all these panels, kind of, sort of patches. And then they have studs all around, silver studs. For me, they're one of the best elevated basics.
What did you buy the most for this season?
Actually, sunglasses. I was really on a hunt for sunglasses and went to a few markets and I bought these sunglasses, and then I bought some really fun Miu Miu sunglasses that are a lot bigger, and then I bought some Fendi sunglasses as well. Got some good bargains there, and now I feel like I'm set. I'm set for the summer with my sunglass collection.
What's your zodiac sign, and do you believe in zodiac signs?
That's really funny because me and my friend were just looking at the Co-Star app as we met on the street, actually. So I'd say I don't maybe 100% believe in it, but I really think it's fun to kind of look at it, and I don't know, it's like a fun thing to do, I guess, and to sort of interpret. I'm a Virgo. I don't see myself as a typical Virgo, maybe. So then I started looking into the rest of the chart because I thought there must be something more. Found that I was Virgo Sun, and then I was Moon in Gemini, and then I was Ascendant in Cancer. And that made a lot more sense to me. And then I started actually finding out the chart of the rest of my family members and like kind of friends, and started looking into it a little bit more. And I must say, some of it is pretty accurate. So I'm sort of on the verge of, does it maybe have some sort of truth to it? It's Oda.Eide. It's my Instagram.
Oda has pretty much made black her signature. As a fashion photographer, she wears black most of the time. Not because it's boring, but because it makes life easier. And instead of playing with color, she experiments with different textures, fabrics, and layers. She also told me that some of her favorite pieces are the ones she found while traveling, especially here in Paris. For her, second-hand shopping isn't just about finding something unique. It's about bringing home something with a memory attached to it. I really like that because it shows that personal style isn't about constantly changing or following every trend. Sometimes it's just about finding what feels like you and making it your own.
Hi, Not So Blonde, it's Annabelle. I'm a Leo. I love my co-star. You know, I get the notification every day, and it just knows me too well. I am wearing, my top is from Ortega, which is like a Spanish women's wear brand. It's really cute. The back is like backless, perfect for this hot weather here, the heat wave. It's the first time I've worn it. My skirt is from Past Trash, which is like a Y2K vintage curated store near Brick Lane. The girls are really cute in there, and I always find some good bits. My shoes are from Stored, which is like an LA-based women's wear brand. My ring is from Tessa Metcalfe, who is a London women's jewelry brand designer. Everything's done by Pigeon Claws. This is Tiger by the Tail, and also so are my earrings, which I love her stuff, and it's all unisex. Again, another London-based jewelry designer. And then these are just, I don't know, can't remember where these ones are from. My necklace is from Mango. I've had it for quite a while. My sunglasses are Prada. My hair clip is actually past trash as well, I think. Like the pop of blue. My bag is $6.95, which is another independent designer. Love the rivets and the suede. I think it's Isabella. She made this for me. It was my 30th birthday present from all my girlfriends. Love them.
Amazing.
I wear it every day. I don't take it off. It's got a ruby because my alter ego is Ruby. This is from my ex-boyfriend.
How would you describe your style?
Confused, definitely confused. I never know what's happening each day, kind of throw on different kind of vibes, but I quite like that because you never know what you're gonna get. It's always a mixed bag. I like mixing kind of like vintage with designer or like independent labels and stuff. I'm a stylist, freelance stylist based in London. Yeah, I work on all kinds of campaigns and with like different brands and talent and editorial and stuff. And ads and everything, really.
And how did you get into this stylist job?
Kind of always wanted to do it, but didn't really know how. So just like moved to London and then started like assisting and like interning at different magazines and just like reaching out to people and seeing kind of get a foot in the door. I was always doing like my own test shoots on the side. Kind of went from there, really.
And do you have a person that inspires you in your style?
Loads of people. Shout out to Jamie Marie Shipton, who's like a stylist. She's amazing. Love textures and color and really playful. And she also sent me the nicest email when I first like started out styling, just like giving me like tips and what to do and everything. And I just, it was the nicest bit of advice I've ever received.
Do you prefer to shop online or in the store?
I think vintage in store, nothing beats it. And I think especially in Paris, it's the ultimate kind of vintage shopping experience. But I am a bit of an online vintage buyer. I've got an addiction.
What is the most amazing piece that you bought and the one that you regret buying?
Got this Mugler vintage blazer, which I absolutely love. I actually got it here in Paris. It's stunning and like sculpted. It's amazing.
When did you buy it?
Last fashion week. We went into Nuevo and Alex Consani was in there.
Oh, coincidence.
Yeah, she was shopping and I saw it and I was like, I can't, it's too expensive. And then Oda was like, you have to get it if Alex is in here shopping. That really made me do it. Regrets, I've got loads of fashion regrets. Sometimes I just go a bit rogue. Not bags, love all my bags.
After you can always sell it again, so put it on sale, so it's not a problem, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. This is, resale value.
And do you have currently one trend that you really like?
I love this turquoise trend that's been going around. I just think it's really nice to see people finally like dressing back in colour. I think that things got so bland and like minimal, and like the way that Fruity Booty and Loma War and all of those brands are like styling at the moment is really nice and colourful. And it's Annabelle Lucy stylist.
Annabelle's style is a bit like her job. It's always evolving. She's a freelance stylist in London, so every day looks different, and so does every outfit. She loves mixing vintage, independent designers and luxury pieces without feeling like she has to stick to one style. But the moment that really stayed with me was when she talked about another stylist who sent her a really kind email when she was just starting out. She said it gave her confidence, and it's something she's never forgotten. Sometimes the most valuable thing you can give someone isn't a great outfit, it's a few words of encouragement.
Hi, not too blonde, I'm Amira. My zodiac sign is Libra. What's the Scorpio? October 22. As a Libra who has like the two, I always like attract Geminis because they can fit on the two. I'm wearing on my foot Maison Margiela. I bought it on Vinted. Actually, this skirt is from Shein. I bought this shirt in Edwin here in Paris. I bought it yesterday. I have my mom's old vintage Chanel. I bought these glasses in Amsterdam. My earrings are from Brandy Melville. And the other ones I don't remember actually. And I have this in Tenerife in a flea market actually. I like streetwear, but I like this cute girly stuff too. Sometimes I can dress like a boy, but sometimes I can dress like, of course, a woman. Wear colors, sometimes pink, but mostly blue. I like blue on me, but I like the plain colors mostly, like black, white, gray.
And where do you like to shop?
I like to shop on Vinted mostly because I can find rare things there, but also I order a lot from Brandy Melville. I live in Budapest, so there's not big opportunities to buy stuff, but I like to like go abroad and buy some things there, like here in Paris or Vienna mostly.
And what do you do in Budapest?
I did my degree, actually. I diplomacy and politics. I'm from another town in Hungary, and I was just finished my degree there.
And after you want to be like a diplomat?
I'm thinking about going to maybe to the foreign ministry for a job. I applied, but now I'm gonna find some other job, maybe in a coffee or something for the summer.
What do you buy the most in your wardrobe?
I like baby tees, I like diesel jeans, mostly vintage, and I like ballerinas now. I have a lot. I ordered a Chanel ballerina from Vinted too. I love it.
Do you have a fashion advice to share?
I think, and mostly I can say to my country, because here you can dress like any you want to. But in Hungary, I think a lot of people scared to be unique, scared to wear what they like, and I think you should wear whatever you want. It's sugar with ash.
What I really liked about our conversation is that it wasn't really about fashion in the end. It was about having the confidence to wear what you love, even if you're the only one doing it. I think that's a good reminder that clothes can be much more than clothes. They are a way of expressing who you are.
Hi Natobla, my name is Androme. I'm from Amsterdam. My zodiac sign is Pisces. I've also tattoos here, the moon. Yeah.
How many tattoos do you have?
12, but little ones. And I'm wearing Zara. This was like last year. Bag is from Prada. A glasses are from Miu Miu. It's gifted. It's a Dutch brand, I don't know. This one is gold. It's also a brand store, a Dutch store. This is from Marbella. I went to Marbella, Dutch brand store. This one, also a Dutch brand store, but it's also gold. This is from LA Sisters, Street Style Cute. It's also a Dutch brand. My slippers, I don't know.
And what is your go-to outfit when you don't know what to wear?
I think baggy jeans with a short sleeves and a simple bag.
Do you have a person that inspires you in your style?
Hailey Bieber.
Oh,
yeah.
Why her?
I don't know. She's a fashion icon also, but I love her style and her brand, like Rode. It's simple, chic, but she also wears street style, so yeah, she can combine it well.
And where do you usually like to shop?
Online or just Zara? Yeah, I know it's fast fashion. I think it's for everyone. It suits well. It's affordable for the most of the people. Yeah. Sandra de Guzman with an X.
One thing surprised me after listening to everyone. Although they all rock in or love fashion, almost nobody talked about luxury brands as the secrets to great style. Instead, the conversations kept coming back to the same ideas: travel, family, vintage shopping, memories, confidence, and wearing clothes that feel authentic to who you are. That felt like the real lesson from the day.